Now the end is near.
Right, mate. What do you think? What do you think to my Fiesta TT build?
I think it looks sick, mate.
Wicked. Thanks for swearing, mate.
Oh, sorry. I think it looks sick, mate. And I think that you are an artist, and that if Pablo Picasso was still alive, he would be quaking in his boots.
Thank you, pal.
That's all right.
3 bits.
Yeah, we've got lots of bits now. So we've just chopped more bits up.
3D jigsaw.
It is a 3D jigsaw, it is. Alright, Colin here, and this is Shine Automotive. And if you know nothing about this build series, this is number 5. So go check them out before you come back to watch this. Now next weekend I'm away racing, so what I've done with this video, I've split it into 2, so you're not stuck without any content next weekend. First, we have loads of content out that we've done over the past. We've done a turbo K.
In tonight's episode, I cut a pipe and Colin burnt his finger.
We've done a couple of Astra vans. We even found a Renault 25, so we've got a series on Renault 25, and then going way back we've got the Cabriolet that we went to Benidorm or bus. Some of our early videos are horrendous, but they're brilliant to watch to see where we started from. We've got a race K as well. We go racing the Enduro K Championship. I stopped doing the uploads of when I went racing because I just want to enjoy it, a bit of time for myself with me and my pals, but I will continue to do the odd videos when we're doing it up and getting it ready to go racing in the garage, because I have some good crap doing that as well. MX-5, we did it all up, brought it back to life, we sold it and we give all the money to the NHS, so go and check that out. There's loads of videos. Let's crack on with today's video. Hope everyone's alright. Don't forget, we've got some merch. Stuff like this really helps keeping our channel going. If you go and buy some of this merch, it really helps the channel, keeps us going. The bigger we get, we're going to start doing cars, fixing them up and giving to you lot for free. We're not going to raffle them off or anything, so we'll do a project, do the series, and then we'll give the car away to one of the subscribers. But for that to happen, the channel needs to grow massively. So thanks for all your support. Everyone that subscribed, all the people that subscribed from day one, your support means everything. Nice mug, go grab yourself a brew. Let's get on with today's video. Roll it. Alright, Colin here, and this is Shine Automotive. And in today's episode, we're going to fit the roof on the TT. So, no chatting, let's just get straight into this one, because there is a lot to do and it's raining outside. So, and it's going to be some head scratching again. Right, after many, many hours, I've got it right now. We've got 46 degrees there. So the angles, like that, right. Same here, B pillar, 64 degrees there. Alright, PP. Look, P's had his haircut.
Hello, don't look like a tramp today.
64 degrees here, and then at the front it should be 46 degrees here. So now, the squareness of it is getting there. I'm going to tack that up, a couple more tacks and check it again, but I won't put it on a time, that's why I keep measuring it. I'll get that tacked. That's where the door originally used to be, and that's how far we've widened the vehicle. So I'll tack that in a few more places, go around it and check it, because tack life matters.
Tack life doesn't matter.
Tack life does matter. Where's Fryer?
Fryer's gone.
Fryer's gone.
Yeah, until next lockdown.
Until next lockdown. Don't say that. So we've got the roof here. What?
That was quite cool, actually.
Yeah. So we've got the roof. So we want to take some measurements. Last week we'd done all the angles. I've got all the angles written down. That's the first time you've probably seen my book, but I have been writing everything down throughout the full build and changing it a million times, because everything that I planned to do, we did totally the opposite way. That's because I decided to use a Mark II shell instead of a Mark III. So today we're going to get the roof on and fixed on securely, and if it stops raining we might bring in the back end and start chopping on the back end. What do you want? Oh, look at that, look how she's laid that for you, Kev.
Oh, hey, look, bless her.
Yeah, what are you doing? Are you on Tinder?
Tinder? No.
No?
No. Plenty of fish.
Plenty of fish?
Yeah.
I'll put an email down below if you fancy Kev and you wanna get to know Kev. Hit me up in the comment section down below. He needs a woman. Let's get this roof sorted.
I guess you do.
So that's taken a lot longer than we thought. Obviously the shape, and we're trying to get the shape right. So what we're doing now is just tack that side in, and we're gonna find this side on the A pillar and this side on the A pillar on both sides, so the driver's side, the passenger side, to get that angle right, tack them in place, work back to the B pillar, and then work back to the back end. So we'll continue with that now. Plenty of music, plenty of time lapsing. DJ roll it. So now this is turning into a nightmare. We got the level good all like that, and the length thought buy a non-sunroof and it'd be right, but what we've got the issue is, because of the curvature at the front, not letting the roof come all the way back. So we're gonna have to go into the seam of the roof, and we're gonna have to put a strip in the roof and stretch the roof back. Great fun. Change of plan again. What we're gonna do now, we're just gonna leave that for the time being. We're gonna bring the back end in, and we're gonna look around with the back end, because there's a few things that we might do. Add on the back, or cut down this part of the car, put a bit more of a stretch in the roof here, widen this B pillar. But I think what we'll do first, we're going to bring the back end of the other car in that we've got, chop the outer skin off and marry it up and just do some measurements, because pointless doing that. I think it would be easier to extend the back and then extend the tailgate, but we've got to think what's going to look right and not look too much like a pig. So we'll fetch the oink oink, we'll fetch the other end in now. The joys, if I'd have stuck to the Mark III Fiesta, we wouldn't have had any of these issues.
It's all your fault.
What did you say?
I said it's all your fault.
Yeah, thanks mate, cheers.
I'm gonna put that red one up outside.
Yeah, we've got lots of bits now, so we've just chopped more bits up.
3D jigsaw.
It is a 3D jigsaw, it is. I wanted to lay everything out on the floor and do a thumbnail. This is a IKEA special. So yeah, them bits are chopped up now. Yeah, so we've got the side bits chopped off that we're going to try and extend, and we've kept the boot floor and the inner arches are mint. So if we don't use any of these bits, I'll sell this. Someone can come pick it up, you can have it for 200 quid. Cheap bargain. You've got good inner arches, good boot floor, good inner bits. But I'll wait till I've finished, because I might try and fabricate that in. I don't know yet. I have no idea what I'm doing with the back arches. So yeah, let's go and do some offering up. So don't look at the steel, look at the backlight. So that backlight's where we need to be. I'm going to have to bring the swage line up, but then we've got a nice loads bigger gap here now. Well, loads more, because we had nothing before. We had to where that wheel was less, so we've got a bigger gap here. So yeah, and then obviously we're going to have to extend the tailgate. We've got to extend the tailgate and widen the tailgate anyway. So obviously we've got the line in there. You sort of see what I mean? Just the angles that we get from looking on that side, it looks really odd. So then obviously we're going to have to extend the tailgate. I might change the position of the window. I might see if I can get a slightly bigger window. I don't know yet. But that's the only way to get it so it doesn't look bad at all. We'll stretch the tailgate now. Not the tailgate. I'm going to stretch the roof and bring the roof back down. Cut that down and put that sliver in there. My brain's gone. It just looks odd being red. But if you can, you can see with the frame. See with the frame there, it's actually starting to look like Fiesta. It will be, everything will be optical illusion. Be the optical illusion. But that's looking mean, that roof now, look at that. How straight them A-pillars are looking, well, how symmetrical and looking. So yeah, we'll jump in and do some more. So I've got the roof tacked in now, just tacked in. Gonna work along, you know, spotting. I'm not doing no seaming because we don't want to be losing the shape. I'm just working along, tacking, cooling all the way along, and grind it back. And I'll just try and avoid getting it hot because you see there's quite a good angle, and then we'll be able to lose it in with a bit of filler along there because obviously it will dip down, and because obviously the shape of the curves and the shapes of it. So I zeroed off the floor pan again because I need to make sure this follows through, make sure we're all right. So we'll zero off on the floor, zero there, go off the windows in the middle, zero there, in the middle of the roof, and zero there. That is, I mean, mint, you know, awesome. Right, I'll start extending the back and it won't look a pig. I'm going to work out the arches first and you'll see what I'm going to do. So the back end of the tub is cut off and dressed up. Chop the backlight out for what we're doing with the tomfoolery, because obviously we're not shorting the wheelbase, but it was said in the description of the last video why we're not shorting the wheelbase. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sheet that wheel up and I'm going to spray on the exposed steel with a weldable spray. So this is a zinc weld, so it will protect everything and we can weld on it. So I'll do it on that side of the panel and the back side of that panel, so then we know we're protecting the steel work, because that's what we're aiming to do. Look as good as it's going to look, but actually last, not 3 years down the line start bubbling up in places. So I get that sheeted up now, get sprayed up, and then let that dry, and then I'll clean up and tidy up the arch, and then we'll move that back. Got some sills coming this week which aren't going to be long enough, but it means I can get some sills in. Obviously I'm not extending the sill because you don't want to see that big girth there. That'll be getting lost in with the body kit when we drop the body kit down. We don't know, we'll see. We need to look into a few things. Right, so it's all dressed up and zinc weldable primer on the back side. So I'm going to have a quick brew and then I'm going to line that up with the wheel and weld it in and then start working out the back. Woohoo! Yeah boy. Don't have to chop a lot off. Also, what we chopped off the chassis leg, everything be getting cleaned, and we're reboxing it off, giving it points to make our own crash bar. Maybe run it underneath on the back or into the bumper. Not too sure yet. The shocker mount's right there as well, so I'll be reboxing that off with reinforced with a stronger gauge steel, capping that off straight, and we're putting a new boot floor in that we're going to probably swage up as well. Get rid of the spare wheel well that goes in there. So clean all this, and when we put the big rolled arches in the back as well. Sam's worked out how we're going to get rid of the fueling system. Obviously, yes, the fueling system is over that side on the standard one, but we will have to bring it over here. But we're going to keep the standard cap. I don't think it's going to look odd there. If you think it's odd there and it should be somewhere else, say, but it can't go anywhere else. It'll look odd there. I think just run it on the top of that swage line, just in there. I think it wants to be where we're stretching it a little bit more in line with the cap at the back there. Right, let's do some tacking, and I might do a bit of tacking on the roof as well, so I'm not getting the panels warm. Just do a bit of tacking there, a bit of tacking that side, a bit of tacking there, because the last thing you want to do is seam it up when we've got that roof on so nice and it going all ripply. Woo. Ripply. Ripply is the word. So that's stitched in, very just tacked in for the time being, following the lines. I made a bit of a boo-boo here with how I've cut that off in a bit of a rush around yesterday, messing on. I've worked out what I need to do, so I'm gonna have to put a tiny piece in there. I'll just get this steady first, eh? I'm gonna have to put a tiny piece in there, so I'm gotta bring the swage line up because the light will be dropping down the length of the swage line. So don't you worry, boys. What I'm gonna do though before, I'm gonna clean all the crap out of this boot. And I'm just going to tidy up these chassis legs and tidy up this so I can make a nice box to box in the shocker mount, which is just there, and then straighten all these chassis legs up so I can cap them, and then they're ready for the crash bar to go underneath or out, and that'll be a fixing point for mounting the bumper. So now I've chopped it up even more. So obviously what I'm wanting to do is with the foolery is make sure this line still goes out down there and not come in, because I want to try and make life easier for me when I come to doing the tailgate. So I'll extend here now, and then I can shorten this in.
And I bit off more than I could chew.
Pardon?
62 pence each.
What are they?
What?
What are they?
They're the most expensive things in the world. It's John told us to go and get them from there, but careful, don't break it.
I mean, no, they're sharp. Yeah, but we need to do a good job. You're in a shave. Oh, don't shave yourself like that, Samantha.
That's health and safety. I've gone through the book.
spot welding takes ages. It's come boiling hot now all of a sudden. It hasn't been hot all day, so now it is red hot. And I'm trying to get everything spotted. It's just so tempting to just want to seam weld stuff, but it'll just all go wavy, so that's why it's getting spotted everywhere. And I believe that looks sick. By the time that's dressed up, you ain't gonna tell. You'd have to put one side by side. But anyway, we need that wheelbase.
So it's the following day, thanks to my trusty phone and my charger, when I was doing that time lapse, guess what happened? Oh, I didn't plug my charger in because I knocked it. So a bit more welding to do and a bit more buffing, but you see, look, it's starting to blend in, starting to look good. But obviously it's such a slow process because you don't want to overheat the panel. You look at that, because that is looking awesome. So I'll get back to it. I don't know whether to stick it on a time lapse or I'll just keep working away, because literally I've got a set weld, grind, buff, weld, grind. Obviously you've got to be so steady when you're doing these spot welds. It's just a spot weld, it doesn't leave a gap, spot weld. So if you just try and buzz it up, it'll just warp. This is such a time consuming process to get right. But that looks mega, if you ask me. Look, I'm just using John's word again, mega. Mega. So I'm working on a BMW. Is it scrap?
Belongs to Steve Evans.
Steve Evans, your car is scrap. But we've got some good quality cars up here for sale, so if anyone's ever nearby or interested in a quality used second-hand car, give us a shout. We've got plenty of Volvos recently because Strictly Swede sort of rubbed off on us. So yeah, that's half of Fiesta. Yeah, still about 2 hours in and still doing the spot welds, letting it cool, spotting, letting it cool. It's hard work. Got my torch on? Yeah. Got my torch on? No, Siri must have put my torch on. I did not. Yeah, I think you should do some spot welding. Alright. Yeah. What's your job? Not my job. Not my job, not my problem. Yeah, well that's an oily bloody mess. Thanks, PP. Oh, wee. A full day has gone again. I'm just having a clean up the garage. Long one's in here tomorrow doing a wrap on his car. So I've altered the silhouette of the car, making it my own, because obviously I'm an artist, you know that. What do you think? How good is that car looking?
Yeah, it's looking good. Like, it actually looks like an old Fiesta now, not just a TT. So
it looks sick, bro.
It looks sick.
Wicked.
Yeah. We've got some servicing and that to do, so we need the ramp emptying off. Got this side lined up. It's been a lot better to do this side because I've actually known what I've been doing. The other side was a bit of a jigsaw. I know this looks a jigsaw, but it's getting the shape there. I'm happy. If you think it's going to look like a cheap Chinese watch, well, there we go. I think it's going to look cool. Going to give it some proper length, some proper girth at the back. So yeah, I've got to seam all that up and then flap it down. But we're getting there. We've got a good shape back. Drop the swage line to suit round. Luckily, the blue bit was all right, so that's dropped that down and I've brought the quarter backwards, but kept all this as one this time. Stitched in there and managed to figure out how to get that back in, because before I just chopped it out. So I've got to make two pieces to get that back, but I want to try and get this line back in. You know, probably no one's ever going to see it, but I'll try and get that line in there because that's where I cut. Done a load of angles with the angle finder, got that at 0 degrees there, my size to measure in there. That gap's looking all good there. A little bit of tweaking, but I'm not sticking it to the shell till the cage is in, and we can get it all lined up on the 4-post ramp so we can get all the geometry set before anything gets welded to this. So I'm not going to actually join them two up, so I've got a little bit of tweaking this way and a little bit of tweaking. Same as a scuttle. I'm not going to put a scuttle in now until it's back from John's. So yeah, bit of a patchwork quilt there, but it's blending in nice. It isn't going to take a lot of filler. I smacked it with hammer by mistake there, but these are all tried and tested things. But I think that's looking cool. I think that's looking really cool, you know, Because when you're going to look at the car, let's have a walk around the front. When you're going to look at the car, I mean, yeah, that's what you're looking at. And you've got that space behind the wheel now. We've still got the small shut. Gonna have to work the bonnet. The bonnet's gonna have to be some trickery, but to me that looks cool. That looks cool. We're keeping the geometry and we've done something different. Dare to be different, as they say. Well, I'm due a shower. I want to sweep this garage and I'm gonna have a day off the TT tomorrow, and I might even start editing this video. So if you're seeing this and it's the end of the video, guess what? It's the end of the video. I'm going racing next weekend, so there won't be a video on this next weekend unless there's loads of footage to make 2 footage out of it. But we might have a break next weekend. So I'll see you in the next one. I'm going to go strap this up so I can move it. Try.